questions, you can tweet them to me at @PatrickGomezLA, and I will hopefully get to them. But let's get to the person that I'm going to be asking those questions. You guys know him as KickThePj. Please welcome PJ LeBlanc. Welcome to our little beach bungalow. You can sit really far away from me, but I think yeah, there we go. There we go. Cool. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. What does it even mean to look out and see this many people screaming your name?
This is insane. Why have you come here to see me? No, it's very cool. I'm very grateful that you guys could be over at the Nickelodeon booth getting slimed on, but you've come here to see me. That's very kind, so thank you, and I hope we have a little bit of fun here.
Yeah. So like I said, definitely you can tweet any questions to me. PJ actually just retweeted my call out for questions, so you can find it on his Twitter. But I'm going to start off with one of my own.
Okay.
Which is, really broad, really important. What made you want to do what you're doing?
Ooh, that's a tricky one to start with. What made me want to do what I'm doing? Well, let's say thank you. What made me want to do? I think when it all started 10 years ago, I had stories I wanted to tell. I found a way of telling them and a place to put them, and it's just snowballed since then. And now I want to do it just because I love doing it. And these guys, I don't know if they like it. I don't know. Do you guys like what? Thank you. So yeah, I do it because I love telling stories.
And take me back to Little PJ. Like, what made him interested in telling stories?
Little PJ loved watching films and recreating them. I'm going to stop talking about Little PJ in third person, that's a bit weird. So when I was younger, I loved watching films and recreating them with my sister and making comic books and just drawing and so many things. And now I've got a way to kind of have an outlet for that creativity, and it's just, it's damn cool. Really cool.
Yeah. I see. We're going to get to those in a little bit.
I'm just curious what this jar is.
That's our TMI jar.
TMI.
Actually, no, let's do a question now. Pull one out.
All right. So, okay, TMI, too much information.
You're going to give us so much information, we're going to tell you to stop talking, basically.
Okay.
No, I don't think that'll ever happen.
Okay, let's see. So, do you want to read it, or should I?
Sure. Who was your first crush?
Oh my god. My first crush? That's a really difficult question. First crush. My mind's gone blank.
Blushing, guys.
I'm
blushing.
blushing.
About there.
I've gone so red. I don't know. My first crush. That's such a difficult question because.
Like, did you have like a kindergarten girlfriend?
I guess so. Yes. Maybe. I don't even remember. That was so long ago. I kind of blanked that sort of period of my life. No, I literally don't know. I'm sorry. That's such a lame answer. I don't know who my first crush was.
Did you have like a celebrity? Like, do you have like remember watching like TV as a kid and just being like in love at all?
I didn't. No, I don't. That's so boring. I don't have a celebrity crush.
The TMI jar.
Should I take another one?
I think we should do one more.
That doesn't count. Let me try another one. Okay. Come on. It's gonna be like. Okay. Hit me.
Would you rather?
Oh, this is good.
Find a soulmate who your friends hate, or stay single forever with loyal friends?
Who wrote these questions? What?
Not me.
Okay, so repeat that again. Sorry.
Would you rather find a soulmate who your friends hate, or stay single forever with loyal friends?
I guess soulmate who friends hate. Oh wait.
I mean, to me, they're not really your friends if they're gonna not be friends with you because they hate who you're with.
Yeah, you need to accept who I like and get. That's a weird question. That is TMI. That is too much information.
Too much question.
Too many.
TMQ.
Yeah. Okay.
TMQ. No, but talk to me about the fact that you wanted to create. You wanted so you found this place to put it. At what point did you realize, like, oh, there's actually a significant number of people watching this? Like, when did it actually hit you?
I guess it was when the views started ticking up a bit, like maybe like 300 views and like a few, like 10 comments. I was like, who has watched this and why have they watched it? And and I guess I would start responding to the comments and it just started growing bit by bit and bit. And I made some really awful, like real life Pokemon videos. I don't think anyone here would have seen them. This was like 10 years ago. They were so awful. They're off the internet now. They're gone forever. And then yeah, it just started to snowball from there, I guess. And then I thought, hey, this is cool. I should carry on doing it. Yeah.
And so obviously that's evolved into so much more, and you getting to create in a lot of different ways as well. What to you has been the most rewarding result of what started as just posting videos on YouTube?
The most rewarding result? I mean, there are so many cool things that come with like doing this. I mean, sitting right here right now, this is a pretty damn cool thing. And I think, thank you. Yeah, so being able to build this audience of people who tune in to hear what the stories are, that's cool. Just knowing people want to hear what it is that I want to tell. Yeah, it's really cool.
How has your process of creating changed from when it was, at the very beginning to now what it is?
Oh man, the process, it's changed kind of a lot in some ways and then like not much in others. I guess the thing that hasn't changed much is that when I started, I didn't have any money. I actually talked about this on a panel earlier. I didn't have any money. I had a horrible DV tape camera and a load of cardboard, and so I would just make stuff out of cardboard and duct tape. So that's the thing I still do now, but the thing that has changed is that I can make stuff with other people, and I can make more ambitious stories like Oscar's Hotel and Hair and Brimstone. Thank you. Yeah, so just being able to grow that ambition and like tell stories in different ways, but the heart is still the same and the charm is still the same from where I began, I suppose.
Now, obviously, Oscar's Hotel is something that a lot of people here are excited about. Really? Talk to us about putting that together and where that came from and what it's been like to see people have such a loving reaction to it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was quite a few years back now, maybe 3 years, I think. I sat at a table with Sophie, Louie, and Jamie, who I collaborate with. We rolled out a big piece of wallpaper, and we just started writing so many ideas. There are a lot of bad ideas on that wallpaper, but one of them that stuck out to us was, I think it was like a note that said, "Hotel for monsters," and we were like, hang on, that's interesting and weird. So we started to develop that further, and before we knew it, we were making a 10-minute short film about it, and then that went up, and a month later they were like, hey, we want to make this into a series, and so we made it into a series, and it was so cool, and we got to collaborate with so many amazing YouTubers, and like cool like production people, and the Jim Henson Creature Shop, and it was just insane. It was one of the craziest productions I've ever been a part of, and like to think that's where, where I started to where I am now, like that's just such a crazy jump in like 10 years, but man, it was so cool, so cool.
Now, obviously, having a lot of people like your work and follow you, and it's not just watching your content, they're listening to what you're saying and looking at what you're doing. How do you handle that aspect of finding fame as a digital creator? The fact that whether or not you mean to, that your words and actions have a lot more meaning than, someone that doesn't have your platform?
That's an interesting question because people keep saying, like, people who don't know what VidCon is keeps, like, in the hallways of the hotel, they keep saying, hey, are you famous? And I'm just like, no.
I think I would disagree, wouldn't you?
Well, that's the weird thing, because I don't want to come across as if I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm famous, because I don't know, that's just not me, that's very weird. Like, I don't know, I'm here and I do what I do because I love just the pure, like, creativity of, like, telling weird and cool stories. So to me, it's not about the kind of the fame side of it, but if that means that a lot of people are watching, that's cool to me. Like, I've forgotten what the question was. I've gone on a bit of a ramble here.
No, it was very interesting anyway, though. But I was saying, how do you handle the fact that being in the public eye in that way, having people pay attention to what you say and do, does that make you act any differently than you would otherwise, or do you think about what you're tweeting out or what you're saying and doing?
Yeah, I would say to a degree. Yes, that was the question. I realise now. Yeah, to a degree, I'm careful about the things I say on Twitter, but my Twitter's just like nonsense anyway a lot of the time. And the things I say online, it's always kind of like in keeping with the kind of the garbage that not garbage, that's the wrong word, but the weirdness that I usually kind of like make. So everything's kind of, I don't get like political online, things like that. I don't like, so there are topics I don't really go near, so as now we are getting deep. So there are topics that I kind of avoid because for me it's all about the stories and the storytelling. So I keep my bubble of the internet, my little nook, a place where you don't have to worry about like all these like crazy topics in the world. Just come for some fun and some creatures and some clowns and stuff like that.
Well, I think we all appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna get to some questions from some of these fans or fans just out there in the interwebs.
Let's do it.
I've got 11D Elena at SA Lover Elena. She wants to know if you had the opportunity to go to space, would you?
Hell yeah, man! I'm like, my whole thing is space. Like, I love space. I, dream about space. I would live in space, definitely.
All right, so that goes into this other one. Lex today, it's at Prada PML. Yeah. Wants to know if you could travel to any planet, what would it be? So now we're getting more specific.
Okay, well, there's a planet that maybe not many of you have heard of. It's a planet called the Flumbunculus planet. And it's just a place. Have we got some people from Flumbunculus somewhere? Wow! Flumbunculus. So I would go to that planet. It's entirely made out of just like pudding and, the inhabitants are mostly goblins, but there's the occasional cool people. I can see some cool peeps in the audience. I think they're the non-goblin people. I don't know what I'm saying! Let's move on to the next question.
All right. Well, stressed. Clearly so stressed they're tweeting. It's at couldn't care more, but they care about what pins you're wearing. They want to know.
Oh, someone knew that I was going to be wearing pins. I am wearing, okay, let's have a look. I'm wearing a dog, a little cool, happy dog. And more excitingly, I'm wearing a worst employee pin. I don't know if you've got any Undertale fans in the audience. It's a little Undertale thing. Yeah, worst employee. There we go.
I love it. I love it. So we have Cat at Real Cat in the Box. Thanks for the question. Wants to know what is your biggest accomplishment?
My biggest accomplishment? Oh man. What is my biggest accomplishment? Just in general in life or in
I'm assuming they mean with like creating, but let's say life too. Give us both.
Oh man, okay. I've got to say that my biggest accomplishment in creating probably is Oscar's Hotel. It was definitely the biggest thing that I ever did, the most ambitious thing. I would say in life, oh man, I'm really good at opening jars of peanut butter and things like that, pickles. I always feel really good when I do that, so that's a pretty big accomplishment every time I do that.
I might need you to follow me home after this.
I can help.
Open some jars.
I can help.
We got Kendall Olive Jones. She wants to know what's a film that made you cry, and she wants to say she loves you with a heart emoji.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Was it what makes me cry?
What's a film that made you cry? She wants to know.
What's a film? Hello. What's a film that made me cry? Like legitimately cry. Now I know I have cried recently. I'm trying to think what it was. What made me cry?
Got some Interstellar, some Transformers suggestions.
Transformers? Oh no.
I know Guardians of the Galaxy made me cry. So.
Really? What part?
Like the whole third act.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can see that. I've got to say, I think Toy Story 3 was very emotional because I grew up with Toy Story, and when I watched it, I was like at the same point of my life. I was getting ready to go to university, and so was Andy, and oh my god, I'm getting choked up just thinking about it. Yes.
I went to that movie on a first date. That was a bad idea.
Oh no.
So many tears.
Oh, from you or you?
Both.
Okay.
Both. So at least we were in the same boat, but still not the best look.
Yeah.
Speaking of going off to university, I've spoken to some people on this couch just this weekend that have said, I was really encouraged to put off college and focus on this. Because clearly you had already started on this path. What made you feel that education was so important and something that you wanted to see all the way through?
So, yeah, that's an interesting question. I know a lot of YouTubers are kind of either for or against, or there's a lot of opinions about university and college. For me personally, my experience was that I was making stuff by myself, and that was cool for so long, and then I thought, I really want to make stuff with other people. Where better to go to find like-minded people than like a film school or something? So I went along to university, I started collaborating with people that liked what I did and wanted to make stuff, we just wanted to have fun and make things, and so we did, and that was kind of the drive for me to keep going. I just kept making stuff with these people, and now we're here making cool films and series and stuff like that. So yeah, that kept me going.
Yeah. Well, clearly your work just this weekend has brought you to Southern California. What's the coolest place that you've gotten to visit, and like, what are some of the coolest experiences you've had in traveling outside of your home for your work?
That's a good question. So whilst I've been over here, just this past couple of weeks, I took a little trip down to, it's probably not the most exciting place, maybe for locals as well, but we went down to little Tokyo, little Japan, some little Tokyo fans, and that was really cool because I've been to the actual Tokyo and I was kind of craving a little bit more Japan in my life. So we went on down. The real reason I wanted to go was because I looked up that there was a figurine shop called Anime Jungle, and it's got loads of cool figurines. I just wanted to go check it out, and yeah, that was pretty dope. That was pretty cool. So I enjoyed that. That was good.
Yeah, that's amazing. Question from McKay Lee. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. It's at is literally dead. So clearly not dead. He's tweeting.
Or tweeting from beyond the grave.
Well, that's a little spooky. That might be something for a new project.
Maybe it was a scheduled tweet.
Yeah,
no, this
there we go.
What was the question?
What's your favorite original character that you played?
That I play? Oh, come on. It's got to be the one and the only Wiggles the Clown, everybody. So yeah, it's a guy who is a clown. He's like the worst clown ever. You know, I should be doing this as Wiggles. So Wiggles the Clown, he's this depressing clown he is the worst clown to ever exist. And believe me, I wish I didn't exist. And that's just my favorite thing to do. Like back and forth between Wiggles and PJ all the time. So yeah, it's not as fun without the makeup. It's Wiggles without the makeup. It washed up.
I think that's a sitcom though. We need Wiggles and PJ.
I think I could, Wiggles and PJ. Okay. Cool.
There we go. Baylay at Baylay4 wants to know what was in the suitcase in the Forever Train.
Oh, okay. Well, it was the conductor's heart. Is what I always thought. I'm trying to now just remember how the story went exactly, but it was the conductor's heart. To keep it short and sweet, that's what it was.
All right. Caitlin Antioco at KKTheCrazy wants to know, how do you feel about fan interactions outside of conventions?
I think it's cool. If I'm walking down the street and someone wants to come say, hey, I dig what you do, that's awesome, that's great. I'm totally down for that. If, people come to your home and knock on your window and press their face against the glass and I love what you do, that's a little bit weird. That's a little bit much. But, outside of, it's totally cool. I'm totally cool with it.
Cool. So we've had a string of questions. One from Isabel Rocks 1351. There's a bunch of other ones. I'm sorry, I'm not going to name check everyone. That have all wanted to know about your creativity and your creative process and where do you find your inspirations and is there a mode to this madness?
Well, I guess it comes from loads of different places depending on the project. Sometimes it'll come from listening to music. That's actually a big thing for me. I listen to music and see where that kind of takes me. Sometimes I will just have a conversation with someone that will say something really silly and then now transform and snowball into a whole film just based off of a small stupid joke we made. So really just life. Inspiration comes from life. There we go. That's the answer.
As it should.
Yeah.
We have a question from Eleanor. Yeah.
Over there.
Eleanor. Wants to know, what's your favorite collab that you've ever done?
Oh, my favorite collab. Oh man. My favorite collab. I'm now just trying to think of all the collabs I've ever done. I think my favorite collab I've ever done, because it's just so why did we do this? Was I went over to Dan and Phil's house in London, and Crabsticks was there, and we played Twister. It was just so I brought a Twister mat with me, and we filmed a Christmas safety video for Dan, and then after that, I was just do you guys want to play Twister? I don't know. I had a whole elaborate plan. Like, it could be this, this, and this, and this. We could do all these silly challenges. And then in the end, we just played Twister. So, yeah, I like that video. It's silly, it's fun. Hey, maybe we'll make Twister Part 2 at some point. Who knows?
I think you'd have an audience. So this question to me is the most important question I've asked all day.
Okay, hit me.
Daryl Dixon at Zippity, hi, wants to know pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes!
Oh my god. If I can speak honestly, I don't like pancakes or waffles. I'm gonna get crucified! Oh my god.
So what's the breakfast sweet of choice?
Omelets.
That's not a sweet.
No, sweet. I don't really eat sweet things very much. I'm more of a savory kind of guy.
It's because you are sweet then.
Oh, you're too kind. Oh, you're too kind. Yeah, so I'm so sorry. Neither pancakes or waffles for me.
Let me see. Jess at Rosie Prosy wants to know, when are you getting a tattoo and what is it?
Oh, a tattoo. Okay. So my body is not tattooed at all at the minute. I've always thought about getting one, but I've always thought, well, it has to be something meaningful or special. I don't know what it would be. I think it would probably be something small. It would probably be like line art of something, and it would probably be from like my favorite video game or something. So, yeah, I don't know what it is or what it'll be, but I know it has to mean something to me. At one point, I almost got a Triforce on my wrist, and I'm glad I didn't. Like, I'm glad I didn't, is all I'm gonna say.
Well, you mentioned video games and Nat at Queen Sex Bang. Okay, love it.
Why not?
Why not? Wants to know what your favorite video game is.
My favorite video game? Well, okay. I've got a few favorite video games. One that I don't think anyone's gonna have heard of is a game on the Super Nintendo called Super Metroid. But okay, thank you for humoring me. But like one of my favorite recent games is Splatoon. I think we got a few more Splatoon fans in the audience. So yeah, that's fun. You play as like a kid who turns into a squid who shoots ink, and it's just batshit insane. So wait, am I allowed to swear?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Batshit insane.
I just said sex bang.
Oh yeah.
We've got a question from Kate at Common Emergency. Wants to know if you were to go film somewhere for a year, where would you want to go?
Japan. It has to be Japan. It's so beautiful. We went there last year for like 10 days, and it just wasn't enough. Like, I have to go back soon. I'm getting that kind of itch again to go back. So there, definitely.
Well, I will say you've also got some requests to go to VidCon in Australia. So
yes.
People want to have you all over the world. And there's a lot of questions. Again, I'm not going to name everyone, I'm sorry. But they want to know what has been your favorite experience about VidCon? What's been like your favorite booth that you've seen?
It's a good question. So I haven't had a chance to really probably explore the floor. I mean, I've not done a whole lot at VidCon. Earlier I did a cool panel, which was very fun, and I got to meet some of you guys, which was cool. I would say this right now is probably my favorite experience this year at VidCon, because this is cool.
Now, there's also a lot of questions about this. What can we expect to see from you in the future?
In the future, I've got a lot of crazy ideas that I'm trying to make happen at the minute. I don't want to spoil anything, and there are some things I literally cannot talk about. But
which means they're really big things, guys, if you
yeah,
can't talk about it.
Pretty much. But more films, more big stories, more series, I hope. Siri. Yes. So just more cool stuff. I've got a lot of plans. It's just about doing them, pretty much.
You know, just that.
Yeah, it's just the doing part. I know what I want to do. It's just the doing part takes a while. But yeah.
Well, I know there's clearly a lot of people that can't wait to watch you do. Guys, I'm so sorry I couldn't get to all of your questions, but I really appreciate you sending them in. Please, guys, please join me in thanking PJ for being here today.
Well, thank you.
And enjoy the rest of your VidCon, guys. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, welcome to Hey Guys, Internet Obsessed Podcast.